This is day 888 of the Mars exploration mission. At this moment, the skin on the man's soul began to peel off in a disturbing manner. The man stared at the piece of skin, too shocked to speak. The ship's doctor learned about this during a medical examination, yet Jack's overall health condition was surprisingly good. It turned out that in zero gravity, certain parts of the human body might experience this kind of atrophy and shedding. The doctor then disinfected and bandaged his wound. However, unexpectedly, the spacecraft's water supply system had become clogged. When David turned on the faucet, not a single drop came out. Strange noises emanated from the pipes instead. After inspection, David discovered the distillation unit had malfunctioned. This device played a crucial role in the spacecraft's water recycling system. David suggested immediately replacing it with the backup distillation unit, but this would be as difficult as performing open-heart surgery on a human. After hearing this, the captain decided to consult with ground control. The control center subsequently proposed the same solution as David's, but they required a reassessment of David's vision before executing the task. David struggled through the vision test, but the results didn't satisfy the captain. Meanwhile, the spacecraft continued to drift through space. When the captain and another crew member collected water resources, they found only half the original amount remained. Even with conservation, the existing water supply would last them only 2 days. Under Bearded Tom's direction, they shut down the distillation unit. The components they sorted out numbered more than 4,000 pieces. The replacement of the distillation unit officially began under David's operation. Tom removed the damaged equipment parts and carefully placed them on the table for securing. On the other side, Jack retrieved the corresponding spare parts. But just then, David suddenly thought of something. The captain asked in surprise what was wrong. David explained that contaminants were stuck in the pipes. Repairing the spacecraft would require replacing all components, which meant they could only dismantle the backup unit and replace parts simultaneously. With over 4,000 components, even one mistake would render the device unusable. The captain ultimately decided to let David proceed with the operation, but if he felt he couldn't do it properly, he must immediately abort the action. They then began the component replacement with extreme care. However, a screw suddenly floated up when David wasn't paying attention. Jack caught the screw with a shocked expression. Sensing something was wrong, the captain immediately ordered David to stop working. A colleague held up fingers asking him how many there were, but David cheerfully answered 2 when there were actually more. Only then did everyone realize David's eyesight had deteriorated. When Tom questioned why the previous vision test showed no problems, David sighed and admitted he had memorized the eye chart. Shocked, the captain reassigned the work despite David's protests. However, the crew began arguing as soon as they started. Even the usually gentle Jack lost his temper for the first time. Fortunately, they eventually completed the distillation unit replacement. But just as the captain thought they had fixed the backup unit, a sudden noise made everyone immediately realize something was wrong. The inspection revealed the equipment was producing only half its original water output. At this rate, they would die of dehydration before reaching Mars. The captain then approached Jack, deciding to cut off water supply to his cultivation chamber. However, other problems on the spacecraft continued to persist. How did they ultimately escape from Mars? Watch the original film Away to find out.